Hi, this is Subramaniam Shankaran. For any ISO implementation, okay, the steps are first you establish the context of the organization, identify the interested party, otherwise called as a stakeholder, and then coming on to the scope. Okay, so whenever you establish the context, okay, one of the method is the internal context is SWOT analysis, and external is actually PESTEL. Okay, now these will enter your risk register, okay, the PESTEL, and then the weaknesses and threats will make an entry into your risk register. Now, after that, we need to look out for the interested party or the stakeholder and get to their expectation. So there is always ambiguity of who's going to be my interested party. Okay, there's a proven method. There's a 4C method that I'll speak to you about it on the next, the video. This one is called the PISES. PISES or PISES. Now we'll have a look at the PISES framework or the PISES framework just to identify who could be your stakeholder. Okay, we are taking an example of 42001 as an ISO 42001 series, which is applicable for any of the other standards as well. So let's have a look at that. So identifying the stakeholders, okay, in 42001. Okay, this is how it actually looks like, the performance. Who is going to be impacted by the performance? Who is responsible for the service and the safety? Ideally, service safety and security as well, okay, for the AI. Safety is with physical AI, and security is going to be for the technical AI. Efficiency, infrastructure, economics, and then control and security. Ideally, it is the clockwise. Performance, information and data. Who is responsible for it and who is accountable? The RACI for it. And economics, a RACI for it. And control and security, the RACI for it. Efficiency, the RACI for it. And then service and then safety, okay, the RACI for it. Okay? So for each and every acronym or the alphabet here, we need to have the RACI. Okay, so these guys will be your stakeholder. Let's have a look at the internal stakeholder. Okay, performance, model latency, throughput, decision, and accuracy. Key stakeholder, they're all internal. Okay, the AI engineers, operating systems, and DevOps and system architect. The factory floor manager who needs a real-time predictive maintenance outputs without a model drift or delays is what are the requirements. Similarly, for the performance, information, the data. Okay, information data, you should not have a bias. Bias is inclination towards a particular race or a language or religion, etc. Okay, who is accountable for it? It's a CDO, data protection officer, and C data officers, etc. And economics, obviously financial officer, the cost of the compute, total cost of ownership, and ROI, okay, the cost per inference. All these things, very important subject because the Uber has come out from AI because they consumed the 4 months of budget, a year of budget in 4 months. Okay, similarly, control and security, adversarial robustness, CISO, and chief AI security officers. Okay, in fact, AI security officers emerging certification because the complexity in the artificial intelligence security. Efficiency of end users, okay, they want to use to their best. So operational workflows, automation, etc. is for them. Service and safety, system trustworthiness, ethical consideration, fairness. We always say the fate, fairness, accountability, transparency, and explainability for an A officer. So this is going to be for the external stakeholder. Performance, enterprise client, okay, the customers are outside the organization. Information, the data subjects, IP owners, data providers. Okay, so data providers, because if you want to get the data from a third party, you need to ensure the bias is actually not there. Okay, and according to the European Union A Act, which went live last Monday, 3rd of August, you should not have a bias for more than 5%. Economics, investors, shareholders, and insurers. So they are your stakeholder. Control and security, regulators. European Union A Act is anyway live. South Korean A basic law is live from, they had given a time for implementation until 21st of January 2027. After that will also go live. Efficiency, vendors, API partners, system integrators, etc. Finally, safety and then service and safety, end users. So you need to perform, okay, the spices, okay, to ensure that you're going to identify the right stakeholder. You have to implement for internal one and the external one. Now, I had given you just a sample, okay. The applicability depends upon what sort of an organization you are, okay, and which country are you working from. The sovereign AI laws will also be applicable. Okay, so have a wonderful time in using the spices to ensure that you're going to come forward, okay, to implement ISO 42001. So implementation workflow, map to context, determine the requirements, feed into the risk management. Okay, so map to the context of the organization. What are the requirements for the stakeholders, And then if you're not able to meet them, you have to feed that as a part of the risk assessment. So join me for a combo, which is integrated program ISO 42001 lead auditor, lead implementer. Okay, join me, which will lead to the certified ISO 42001 practitioner. So training at IEEE.org.uk is my mail ID. You can reach me on that. Okay? Stay tuned and stay connected for more information on data protection, cyber security, and artificial intelligence.